When you enter data into a table sequentially, you can use the dFirst and dLast functions to find the oldest value or the newest value in a field. To demonstrate those techniques, I'm going to use two objects from the sample database. The first is the orders table, and I'll just double-click that to show how it's structured. The orders table has three fields: order ID, customer ID, and order total. Now I'll press Ctrl-W to close it. And now in the modules section of the navigation pane, I'll double-click first or last. That opens the first or last code module. And I've already created the basics for this module, have the sub and end sub statements, and then also as comments, I have the commands that we'll use. The first one is dFirst, and the second is dLast. So the idea, once again, is that I want to display either the first or last value from a field in the orders table. To do that, I'll create a message box, MSG, BOX, space, and then we'll look for the first value in the customer ID field. So I'll type dFirst, DFIRST, left parentheses, then a double quote, then we're going to type in the name of the field. So the field name, if we want to see the first customer, is customer ID, CUSTOMER ID, double quote to close the string, then a comma, and now the table in which that field occurs. So double quote, and then orders, ORDERS, double quote, right parentheses, and then press the down arrow to accept that line of code. So I have a message box that will display the first value from the customer ID field of the orders table. When I press F5 to run the code, Access displays a message box that contains the customer ID from the first order in the table. Then click OK to clear the message box and return to the Visual Basic Editor. Now I'm going to change the command a little bit. I'm going to change it so that instead of finding the first record, we'll go to the last, and that is dLast. So I am deleting FIRST from the command and making it look like DLAST. And then instead of the customer ID field, I'll backspace over the customer ID text and then type order total, ORDER, TOTAL, and again, no spaces. Then press the down arrow to accept the input, and when I press F5 to run the code, Access displays the number 42, which was the total for the last order. And clicking OK gets rid of the message box. The dFirst and dLast functions give you a straightforward way to find the first and last values in a field. Rather than defining an object variable and opening the table as a record set, you can use a single line of code to find the values you want.